of year. It's time for snacks. It's Memorial Day weekend, and that's what we do. Things are sprouting from the ground, and there's deliciousness no matter where you go. My son Sam can eat a pint of blueberries in one sitting, so snack on your blueberries. The corn is ready. It's 19 cents an ear. It's the sweetest thing. We're going to show you how to do it the absolute best way. You're going to parties. I've got my jalapeno poppers. Totally stole this from Sunny from Food Network, but it's a hit. I've done it as I've chopped up the jalapenos, put them in the dip, and then you dip, but we're social distancing, so we can't do that, so you're gonna get a popper. We've got a barbecued pulled pork with a homemade slaw, apple cider vinegar slaw that we're gonna put up into a wrap, and that's compliments of diners, drive-ins, and dives. And there's a guy, I think it's called the North Cafe in Malibu, California, brought to you by that episode because it was amazing. You've got my classic potato salad because who doesn't love potato salad? I put bacon in mine. It's delicious. There's lots of good things. My little friend who lives in New York right now, who's that? Where's that girl? It's all about the snacks, baby. So, I shopped on Friday. I knew I was going to make all these things. I knew I was going from place to place and visiting friends. So I wanted to make sure I had everything prepped and ready. So Sunday came, everything was made. So Friday I shopped and I made the classic potato salad. I put it in these wonderful containers that I'm reusing from takeout that we had from Baru's. Salted, it's not over mayonnaise. I substituted the relish for bacon. Bacon for the relish because, why not? And I'll show you the step-by-step of how to follow this recipe. Smoked Gouda jalapeno poppers. It's so super simple and easy. I made the stuffing the day before. Like I said, I did my big shopping trip and then I did prep for everything. So now as I'm getting ready to go to my gatherings or to share this food or eat this food by myself, whatever, I have everything pre-made that needed to be pre-made. So the next step is I'm just gonna slice my jalapeno. And I like hot. I would love to leave all those seeds in there, but most people don't. So you want to kind of be party friendly. I have a grapefruit spoon that has a serrated edge that you can just go into and rip out the ribs and the seeds. That's what makes the jalapeno pop. Makes it hot, not pop. That's funny. So you get as much of that as you can out of it, okay? And then you're gonna stuff it with the filling. Now this is most of us have had deep fried jalapeno poppers. It's cream cheese with a breading that's deep fried, and it's pretty much not so good for you. We don't deep fry these. I pre-made this filling. It is cream cheese, sour cream. You toast up some chorizo sausage, and that's the pork fat. You have a red onion in there. I buy a block of smoked Gouda or regular Gouda, whatever you can find at the store. The Gouda is a nice melty cheese, so it's going to get oozy and goozy, and it has a nice smoky flavor to it, and it's going to balance out with a little bit of the spiciness of the jalapeno. And, a little bit of hot sauce. So the recipe called for Frank's. I like Cholula. Use what you like. Tabasco, yeah, get a little more hot in there. Little salt and pepper. I put a little more red pepper flake. Don't tell anybody. Oh wait, I just did. And then we're just gonna take these and you're going to stuff them. Okay, nice little generous amount. Put them in a baking dish and line that up. So the first time I made the smoked jalapeno popper, I served it just like this, and it was just a few of us, and so it wasn't party size, and they definitely cooled down very quickly. So then I had this idea to make this a dip and chop up the jalapenos and put it inside and then serve it with either a fresh green pepper or with a cracker or with something else. And that is a little bit more long lasting with party mode. But however, we're in COVID-19, so I'm going back to doing this so that only one person touches one thing instead of a dip type of atmosphere. So that's, I think, really important to be considerate of. Although it is really good when you put it with a dip. I'm going to top this with panko and then we're going to bake them and it's going to be absolutely casserole dish, 350 oven, 10 minutes. Check on them. They're going to be bubbly. You'll know when they're ready. They're going to be bubbly and oozing and think our poppers are done. It's maybe been about 10, 12 minutes. Take those out. And I totally stole this napkin from Good News where I used to work when they were open. But I'm glad I have it because it reminds me of Carol and she's amazing. And I'll bring it back when we get back to work. All right, the poppers are out. We're gonna slice them into little bite-sized chunks. Here's the oh, they're super hot. One bite, everybody knows the rules. All right, so this next snack that I'm making is inspired by two different shows that I watch quite often. I'm obviously obsessed with watching people cook, and that's how I learn and that's how I teach myself. So I made this coleslaw. Camilla Alves put this on Instagram, and it's an apple cider mayonnaise-less coleslaw. I hate coleslaw, but I made it anyway, and it's absolutely delicious. And a while back, I had been watching Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and there was this restaurant, I think it's called the North End Cafe on Manhattan Beach in California. I'm pretty sure it's called the North End. But they did this spring roll that was a pulled pork slaw thing, and they did this thing. So that's what we're making. So you can buy these rice wrappers in the regular supermarket, and the directions tell you to like dip them in warm water, and then you can like kind of work with them and roll them up and then either serve them or deep fry them. And I did that last time, but they get really, really gooey. So this time I'm gonna try to paint on the water and see if it doesn't get as gooey. So warm water that I just kind of stuck in the microwave for a couple seconds, and I'm just gonna brush my rice paper with the water so it is a little more pliable instead of dipping it. That's the only difference from this recipe that I'm making. See, it's just like really weird. I'm Italian, I work with pasta. I don't necessarily work with rice paper, but it tastes so good, it's worth doing something different. So the yummy, yummy apple cider vinegar coleslaw that I learned that cabbage has just so much like health benefits for your gut. Like if your gut doesn't feel good, you probably should be having more vinegar and cabbage. Like start your day off with it. I think it's really, really good. And then, then put lots of fatty meat on top of all that. But it's so good. It's so good. So, everything is about balance, right? Isn't that what we're taught? So you have to have the good with the bad at all times. So you've got yummy cabbage and good apple cider vinegar that's going to clean your gut, and then you put sugar and meat fat, but it tastes so good. That's life. This is life. You don't eat this every day. This is special. It's Memorial Day. Let's honor our forefathers that have granted us this right to live the way we want to live. We thank every single one of those military families. You wrap it up just like a burrito, right? Get all that yumminess in there. I probably stacked this one a little bit too much. Nah. There you go. It's a Chinese burrito, but Southern filling. Like that's really, talk about fusion. It's an Asian spring roll with a burrito Latin mix of how you roll it with Southern fillings. Just get me some skillet corn. Oh shit, that's coming next. Seriously, you talk about fusion foods. Like, I've had this idea for a long time. Like, there's so many different versions of the grilled cheese that you can make ethnic. Like, if it's Italian, it's pizza, and it's red sauce and mozzarella. If it's Latin in one way or another, or Mexican, then you have salsa, cheddar, and tortilla. Right? Everything is like a different version of a tomato cheese bread base, or like some other kind of whatever you want. You could put anything you want. We're gonna lube it up. Wet down this rice paper. It feels a little slimy, but I don't know. Whatever, it's food. It's delicious. So you gotta work with your hands. A little bit of that yummy coleslaw. And finish off our pork butt. Everybody laughs at me. I might have a nickname for my little doggy. Well, I don't have a nickname for him, but I just love his big butt. I just always want to rub his butt. And every time I say it, he wags his tail a little bit faster. It's just like fun. Like everybody likes a good butt rub. So, right, just roll this over, make sure everything's sealed. You want to make it tight. You want to make it tight. All right, and like literally, you got this beautiful roll. And then when you slice into it, you could deep fry this apparently. I don't know, why didn't you need all the oil? But you got pork, you got the yummy slaw. It's a really yummy bite. No cheese. And fresh corn and our fresh blueberries. I live in Connecticut. We have farmland, we have woods, we have all this awesome stuff. Take advantage of what's around you and